What's up, my friends? We're in Saratoga, California, and we're gonna try to break in the YouTube channel, try to get it going, get a little motovlog going. We're also breaking in some brand new Dunlop TrailMax Mission. They're 50/50 tires. Of course, they kind of look like 80/20s, but I think they look pretty awesome. Check out the back one here. Pretty killer. First impressions, I mean, I've only got maybe 8 miles on them. Some of the freeway, some of it just regular roads. First impression of these tires. Anyways, just got a new side stand extension as well. But let's go ahead and take this up Highway 9. Get these tires broken in properly. We're also going to talk a little bit about Road Trip 2020 coming up here in July. I think that's going to be worth talking about. And then some just, random philosophy on the twisties. I don't know what to call it. This is also an audio test. I know, I'm throwing a lot at you guys. I'm not making it easy. God, ever since I picked up my bike from the place to put my tires on, it just feels like my bike's running real anemic or weird. Or I'm in rain mode. I did that on purpose. I just put it in rain mode a little bit ago, just because I'm breaking in tires. I've got not a whole lot of miles on these things, and they definitely feel like it's definitely a harder compound. They are rated for getting up to actually I don't even know the mileage, 10,000 miles easy, right around that neighborhood. And my stock tires, I mean, I'm at 8,000 some odd miles, almost 9,000 miles now, and my stock tires were shot. Oh, come on, Model 3, you got this. One of the sportiest cars on the road. Your speed, your torque rivals mine. Oh, all right, well, it's also a bit of an investment. I get it. God, I can't live in any right gear with behind you three. We got to do something. Anyways, yeah, breaking in the tires and breaking in the YouTube channel and getting ready for the road trip. I'm just gonna say that a bunch of times and call that a YouTube video? Probably not. What's up, buddy? Picked up some cheap ass gloves, little $20-something gloves. My $200-something climb gloves are falling apart, and they're made for adventure, yet they can barely handle just daily commuting. So I'm a little confused there. I'll make a video on those. Same with the climb boots. A little disappointed, to be honest with you. It's hard to find the right things anymore, right? And relying on the internet can be tricky as well. These tires came highly rated to me. And I'll be honest, my first impressions, my initial impressions, I just got on the bike and started taking off, and I was taking it easy. I knew I was breaking in tires, and it felt, I mean, they're very round tires. They definitely have, a rounded frame to them. Whereas, good Lord, Model 3, you can take this considerably faster. I unfortunately am not able. I'm breaking in tires. I can't just pass you up and be aggressive. I probably could, but I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, these tires definitely lean into the corner really well. It's gonna be nice once they're broken in and I can really get a feel for them. I mean, this is just initial impressions. That don't ever take initial impressions as the grain of truth, right? It's more about living with those tires for a longer period of time and then having other tires to compare and contrast them against. I've had the Michelin Scorcher tires for my Harley, and they lasted 20-something thousand miles, which is nuts. What are we doing, 3? Come on, seriously. Come on. You're gonna have to find a place to turn over and let all the adults go past you. Anyways, I don't know what I was saying, but that's okay. We're gonna go back and forth between all these topics because my brain's just gonna get a little scattered. You know how it is. Breaking in the YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say, in one of my little favorite crossings here on Highway 9, this spot right here, that I can't take past 28 miles an hour, I have to say I apologize. Like, just, I straight up apologize profusely, like with all of the apology I could possibly give. You do not have to slow down to 5 miles an hour, Model 3, to go around that corner. You have greater suspension and, like, you know, maneuverability than a BMW of the same class. Come on, like, you and a Mazda Miata are like almost identical in their drivability. You've got this. The car basically drives itself. I'm gonna okay, anyways, backing up. Yeah, I profusely apologize, my friends. I 2.5 years ago, or a little bit more than that, I was, you know, wrapping up getting my applied mathematics degree, and my finals were kicking my ass. Like, it wasn't that my finals were kicking my ass. It's just the subjects I was taking were very complex subjects, and, you know, like, I wanted to keep my eye on the ball, and I wanted no distractions. And I guess when it was like all said and done, I have no idea what to trust with you, Model 3. You've lost my faith. Free. I gotta remember to take it easy still, though. I don't know what I was saying. Well, I took some time off, and I said in my video, like, hey, just give me like 3 more months, maybe 6 more months, and that is not a parking spot. And I'll be back. And 2.5 years later, I'm still not back. Like, I mean, I've come back and I've said, hey, I'm here and I'm getting things going. And like, my technology started falling apart. Like, my batteries had not, you know, it's like 2 years of not being turned on. The GoPros don't like it. Batteries, electrical batteries don't like that kind of crap. So anyways, I have a new camera. This is an audio test. I mentioned that as well. Like, I'll kind of get into that, but I'm just glad to be back. It's not the perfect setup. It's not the most simplistic setup, which tells me it's going to be a little tricky still getting everything going. And the last thing I want to do right now is give you guys the impression that, like, my expectations are going to be somehow reality, because I just can't count on what I'm going to say as far as this YouTube channel goes. I have a road trip coming up in July, and yes, that is a huge, like, I love, it's a pain in the ass, but I absolutely love filming these large road trips and creating these really expressive or creative moments to kind of capture the adventure, capture the moment. And so it's a huge motivator for me to get off my ass and start filming. More importantly, to start, like, just putting it up onto YouTube. I might as well, I have no other excuse. It's not like that is crazy hard to just film, take what you film, put it up on YouTube. I probably won't be doing very much editing, right? Like, what you're getting right now is not what I expect to deliver in the long run. That much I can say as an expectation. But yeah, anyways, I'm ranting. Let's go back to this tire. So when I picked up this bike from, I went to Santa Clara Cycle Accessories, a little plug for them. They didn't give me anything. Like, I'm not being paid or sponsored or anything. Like, I paid full price, as I always do with them. But they've been super, oh, these tires are sketching me out right now. They're just a little too wonky. I feel like a noob up here, guys. Like, there's a truck behind me that's like, come on, motorcycle, seriously? But, oh, these tires feel good, but they don't, right? Like, you know what I mean? They're brand new tires. So tires are like genuinely, or typically, I think it's like a molded process. And, oh boy. Sorry guys, I'm all about, I ride every single day for like 8 years. Like, I'm not new to riding a motorcycle, but these tires from the get-go, after I picked up my bike, have felt weird. They felt wonky. And you know, I'm not gonna, like, I'm gonna reserve judgment for why that is. Like, right now they feel pretty planted and secure. They weren't earlier. They were feeling real I mean, it's just the outer casing on them, you know, it's like they're producing a mold and it's just straight rubber. There's no porous area, which is what you want for traction. You want these, like, on the microscopic level, these little craters. But to the visual eye, it's just kind of like scuffed up, like you've been rubbing it with sandpaper. And that's one of the options, right? Like, I could sit there at home and just sandpaper my brand new fresh tires. But who the hell wants to do that crap? That's not how you want to do it. Nor do I want to, like, when breaking into my YouTube channel, like, I don't want to, like, film 40 some odd minutes and, like, post that up and have that become my channel. I've watched those channels and I've liked those channels, but there was no, like, staying power. And it's not that I'm trying to create any one thing, but I definitely want to create something better. Just like I got these tires, I want a better tire than what I had, which the stock tires, I want to say they were like Michelin Anarchy Wilds, or I don't remember what they were. They were the 80/20 version that comes on the 2019 1250 GS Adventure. There's a 50/50 option and then an 80/20 option, and I chose the 80/20 just because I wanted to get used to the bike first, and I felt like 6,000 to 8,000 miles was adequate for that. Yeah, the tires are feeling a little bit better. They're just feeling a little sketchy, but they're feeling better. A little bit better. I mean, they definitely, like, handle road-like conditions, like their turning ability, just because of that rounded edge to them. It's more round than what I previously had, so that part definitely feels better. And I remember that when I got the Michelin Scorcher tires, they felt the same, but these are a little bit more of a harder compound than what you would see with, like, the TKC 80 or like a more of a sport oriented tire. These are rated as a 50/50 tire that have high performance ratings on, like, hard packed dirt, but also have you know, high longevity ratings as well, which means that it's a harder rubber, as opposed to, like, a softer compound that leaves more of a tracer on the road. So these are going to be a little bit more slippery, wonky, wadoozles. And I feel a little bit of contact, but it's not what I'm used to. And I think that's the hardest part, is that it's just not what I'm used to. But right off the bat, when I got these tires, I was like, oh shit, these are not the tire for me. They feel really goofy, especially at low speed. Like, what have I done? But the reality is I you know, first impressions, they're not always what they're cracked up to be. These tires come highly rated. You know, I guess they would be kind of comparable or in the same market as maybe like the Anarchy, Michelin Anarchy Adventure or Wild, or one of the two. The Mitas EO7s, you know, maybe something like that. So I think I want to take highway. I was gonna go. I can't remember where I was gonna go. I think I was gonna go try to hit dirt, but, like, I have no idea where to find dirt around this area, so we're just gonna go highway 35. And I don't need to be hitting dirt. I don't have a buddy with me. You know, I think, honestly, like, my honest impressions is, like, I don't feel very uncomfortable out on the road. Like, if I'm, I don't know, like, if I'm being smart and I'm not kind of, like, you know, launching away and, like, trying to take corners real hard, and, like, I mean, you should never do that, but you know what I mean. Like, sometimes you kind of, like, let go a little. If you're reserved going out on your own, I don't think it's, you know, significantly risky to where you should have somebody else with you. There's generally a lot of other traffic to maybe call 911 or, you know, to help you out or whatever. Am I even recording? You know, is now the time to be asking if I'm even recording? I am recording, just in case you're wondering. I lost what I was saying. So, audio test. This is an audio test, and I don't even know if this is, like, it might be. It's recording for sure, but I don't know if it's recording audio. So let me give you a little, you know, for those of you that might be new or just not in the know. about 8 years ago, I started up my YouTube channel, and for about 6 years, I motovlogged and did a lot of YouTube videos. Anyways, right around 2014, I went to Utah, and I was testing out I'd just gotten, you know, just prior to that, a Senna, I don't know what it was, GP10 or I got like a Senna headset, and then I got a little backpack thing that goes onto the older GoPros. It doesn't go on the new ones, but it's like a little backpack that allows me to record my talking, my voice through the Senna headset. And I'll take this turn here a little harder. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get a little hesitant. There's a front fascia. Anyways, broken front fascia. So yeah, I switched. I had this lavalier mic with 21 feet of cable, and that's, oh, you know what? I don't even think I turned the microphone on. Good Lord. Maybe I did. We're gonna find out, guys, because, you know, what do you do? What do you do? This is where motovlogging becomes so hard. This is where Sean Smoke almost ran into a deer, right in this area. What do you like? Bitch slapped it out of the way. That's the story I tell. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna check to see if this microphone is even turned on, which is so stupid. You guys shouldn't even have to deal with this. But I don't even know if the microphone's working in the first place, because I haven't used the damn thing since like late 2013, maybe early 2014. And I had bought, when I first got the microphone, I was like, I'm gonna be motovlogging so much, I'm gonna need a lot of batteries, and like I never needed a battery for like the 3 or so years that I used that microphone. Let's do this. I could have hit that little bit of dirt just to feel like a winner, but I'm not going to. Anyways, anyhow, oh my gosh, my bike is just slightly ever so taller now with the all right, well, let's relax just a second. All right, we're checking to see if the microphone's even powered on. So I found the batteries, I found the microphone last night, and was like, oh crap, this battery has probably never been replaced. And oh, hey, it is on. Cool. So if it is recording, guys, then and if that battery even works, you know, this, I don't know, what is it, a 6-year-old battery? If this 6-year-old battery even works, then we have audio. Maybe we should, unless something else doesn't work, which is highly probable. Oh, this tire. Oh, I feel like a wonky noob. Guys, I don't know what I think about this tire yet. Again, I'm not going to give you my instant feedback. Is I don't think I like it, but I think when it's all said and done, I will like it. I just got to get used to it, I guess. I don't know, man. I remember, like I said, the Scorcher tire that I got on my Harley when I first got it, like the first 50 or so miles felt a little wonky. This feels like it dips in for hard turning really, really well, which I'm super excited about and super scared about. And like, it just feels like it almost does it when I don't want it to. And I know, I come across as a noob. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, wow, it feels really good to get out, to be honest with you. Road trip 2020, speaking of getting out. We've been planning this for a long time, and I'll tell you now, it's really hard to plan a big road trip. And I wouldn't even call this one like a big road trip. Like, this is going from the Bay Area, California, down through Southern California, which is not very far away, you know, from Arizona. Like, it's 1,000 miles maybe, right, between here and the Grand Canyon. Maybe a little bit further, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe 800, 900, I don't know. Ask Google. Sorry. I don't know how far it is, but it's roughly right in that ballpark. And I don't consider that to be a big trip. Though it feels like a big trip when you're on it, especially in the middle of July. And, God, I really want to take this a little bit faster, like, because I haven't been up on this road in so long. But like, I don't want to take it faster because I haven't been on this road for such a long time, and I've got these squirrely ass tires on. Anyways, road trip. You know, honestly, you know, I started up this road trip, me and my buddy Gabe, back in 2014. We went to Utah, and then we decided on Yosemite, and then Yellowstone, and at some point the guys went to Crater Lake. I never went with them. Good God, bicyclists, get out of my freaking way. You freaking own this road? Come on. This is a road, not a bike path. For the love of God, find a bike path somewhere. I don't ride around on bike paths. I might someday, so I'm not going to get too mad at you guys, you bicyclists, but for the most part, I'm not going to ever ride on a bike path. Like 92% positive. Oh, this tire. This part feels a little squirrely. Okay, anyways, alright, this tire's feeling a little bit more planted, or at least at speed. I mean, but that makes sense. The centrifugal force is kicking in. God, I was talking about something. Oh, the road trip. So, yeah, I'm not in charge of planning the road trips anymore, just because I haven't really been able to go on like more than half. And like there's several people. I want to say Sean Smoke has missed one or two. I think Gabe is the only one up to this point who has been on every single one of these road trips. Anyhow, I'm not planning it. And so the idea was to go to the Grand Canyon, and then at some point Utah was thrown in the mix. And at that time I was kind of like, you know, guys, look, I don't really know, like, I don't have very good luck with this. Like, my wife lately is kind of like, you gotta stay home. COVID breaks out, and like my wife's like, you gotta stay home. And like, it's very interesting times. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But at some point we started talking about going to Utah, and then I was like, okay, whoa. You got me at Utah. Like, I really want to do a Utah 2.0. But then COVID hit, and right when I was just starting to get some traction with like hitting up Utah. And if I'm going to do Utah, guys, like if I'm going to Utah 2.0, it's going to be significant, it's going to be epic, and it can't be anything less, guaranteed. Period. That's not even a statement for you, that's a statement for me. I need Utah 2.0 to be better than Utah 1.0, which, oh my God, I love Utah. That trip was amazing. It left an imprint, for sure. Yellowstone left an imprint, but that was more of like a lasting pain. And hypothermia twice almost in the middle of July, go figure. Anyways, oh yeah, the tire's feeling a little bit better, but don't trust it 100%. You want to go about 100 miles on brand new tires. This is the worst video. Like, I am so unorganized. I apologize. You really have to like weed through a bunch of bullshit just to get an ounce of information from me. Like, you're literally like sifting through the pepper just to find the fly shit. All right, never mind. I love that analogy. Anyways, 100 miles. Yeah, you have to go 100 miles or so. I typically am pretty cautious. I try to be cautious for like the first 200 or 300 miles. I can't even remember what miles I was at. Let's go back and look at that. I'm at 8,232, which means I put about 22 miles on these tires ish. So I got another at least 80 to go before I feel like at that point I honestly think I would start believing the shit coming out of my mouth or any other reviewer's mouth on the quality of those tires. Now, oh God, I don't want to pass you, buddy. I have new tires, I can't go fast. Just kidding. Oh yeah, squirrely. So anyways, yeah, 100 miles. You really want to just basically rub off the gunk on the outside of the tire, the sealed casting from when they manufacture these tires, and it's just about building up that rougher edge. And I think there's more of a reason, but like you know, really you're just riding on, like I think they on average people say you're riding on about a credit card's worth of contact space with a typical tire. And so if that's like super fine, slick, right, like a marble floor and wet feet, it's not good, especially when you get heat involved and you're trying to go for like a slip stick friction, which you know, when you're working with centrifugal force, I'm not going to get all physics on you, but when you're working with centrifugal force and you have like this work that's pushing in different directions, like you really want to have that stick, you know, just stick enough to maintain traction, to be able to maintain movement, and like heat and cold and all the different variables play an impact. So anyways, long story short, that's the whole point, is you really, like, the best way, in my opinion, to break in a new set of tires is just to find a really twisty road that you love and you know, and just take it nice and easy, and then just kind of gradually take it a little bit harder, like just little notches, like just a little bit faster, a little bit more lean. And I'm literally just trying to treat, like, the road is like my sandpaper, and I'm just trying to, you know, evenly caress this tire to kind of just wear out the outside layer. Right, I want to take off, like, not a millimeter, but like I want to take off, like, I don't know, like, what, a 1/10 of a millimeter maybe, or a 50th of a millimeter. Like, I want to take off some, and a softer, whoa, you buddy mine, a softer compound tire. That truck just really kind of scared me a little because it veered some, you know, like the indicator there was, he's drunk for just a second, right? But like, that's all it takes, and you have to, as a motorcyclist, be mindful of that. And I really wish I could get to that off-road section right there, but good God, man, the state of the Bay Area, it's not even the state of California. The state of California has a lot of amazing dirt roads from what I'm finding out. Even this area has some, for sure, but like a lot of this land is public land, or public roads and public land, but because it's also kind of shared with private land, and these guys are like multi-millionaires, right, like tech giants that just want their privacy and peace and calm, and what they paid $15 million for, well then by golly they get it. So yeah, anyways, the Santa Cruz Mountains are a huge letdown, because like there's some fire trails up ahead here to the right, that, like, I've talked to a few people that are in law enforcement that have access to them, and they're amazing. Like, it's just breathtaking beauty, and on these public fire roads, and yet the public does not get to enjoy them unless you want to, like, walk those trails, or maybe I think you can ride like a bicycle, you know, right? Like I don't know. I mean, I want to ride a motorcycle on them, damn it, or drive on them or whatever. But I think that's a trail. Anyways, I grew up in these mountains, guys. 400 acres. So, and we lived right off of a fire road. And as a kid, man, I mean, we didn't have electricity or running water in that cabin. I was just a little dude, like 6, 7, 8 years old. And dude, I would have killed to see a motorcycle cruise by on those roads. Like, that was like my TV entertainment right there, you know? Like, God. But, you know, whatever. Breaking in tires, breaking in the YouTube channel. This is a silly video, right? Like, and a silly channel. Let's just, but like a silly YouTube video for sure. It's, God, it's going to be like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. And just, I mean, let's just say this: if you're watching right now, I bet you're thankful, because this area right here is sketching the crap out of me. Not Gucci. No, this area right here is so pretty. All right, let's maybe knock it down to third gear. I gotta be a little bit more, like, I gotta put my head in the game, because I am trying to break in the tires. This is not just about like taking it easy and driving around like a moron. Like, I actually am out here for a specific reason, and that is to break these tires in, to take them from sketchy AF to to being what I count and rely on every single day when I commute, every single day. Now granted, when I commute, I'm generally on a freeway, I'm generally going straight. I don't expect it to rain anytime soon, which I would still be riding through, even if, you know, today's Saturday, tomorrow's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to those of you that are fathers. For a bunch of mother effers, happy Father's Day. What's up, dude? Stay in your lane, buddy. Oh God, it's not often, man, that you have to break in tires. Like I don't want to come across, like, I know that I am not some crazy skilled expert motorcycle rider, guys, and I probably should have started with that. If you're new and you're like, I thought you were going to be experienced, but you're not now? Son of a gun, I wasted all 20 minutes of my life. Well, I'm sorry, I apologize. But no, I mean, like, what I worked in, you know, I was a motorcycle service manager at a shop for some time, and like I was still learning a lot about, like, especially right then, I learned a lot about motorcycling, and like the importance of breaking in a tire. And like, you know, I'm a cheap ass, so I buy. Let's see, 1 second here. Hold that thought, guys. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. You hold that thought, especially over there on the right. Bastard. Alice's Restaurant, everybody. Familiar place. And a Cadillac holding up traffic in the middle of nowhere. Come on, guys. That reminds me of my grandma, that Cadillac. She had one just like it. Miss her. Anyways, yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about. God, I just, maybe I smoked too much pot back in college or high school, but, you know. Anyways, oh, yeah. So I take motorcycle riding very seriously, and, like, I think education is highly important, but I think you have to be very cautious about who you take that information from. So, you know, like, what you're watching now is total crap, but like, take a little bit here and there, and you're bound to walk away with the truth. And I think especially now with all this COVID crap, that's kind of imperative advice, but I think it's very important to understand. But anyways, no, I do need to focus a little bit more on taking these turns and just kind of pushing it, how hard I'm pushing it, what I'm feeling in those turns, and motovlogging at the same time is obviously a huge distraction. And something stuck in my teeth. You want to, you know, as a motovlogger, there's always that, like, that inner ham desire to, like, entertain and be goofy or whatever, and, like, over dramatic. And on top of it, you're also just getting lost in your own damn helmet, right? Like, you're just kind of, you're already kind of batshit crazy just for talking to yourself for the last 20 minutes. I mean, yeah, YouTube will ultimately be listening. You're listening right now, but right now you're not listening. Right now you are. Like, you see the irony here? It's crazy, I know. It's a separation of time, and which means, you know, I don't know what the hell it means, to be honest with you. Waxing philosophical on the twisties. I did promise that would happen. Yeah, no, these tires are feeling a lot better. Oh, thank God. So yeah, they're a 50-50 tire. I don't think going off-road's gonna do me a lick of, like, that little patch of off-road. I hate it when I watch review videos where people are like, this R1200, man, is so great. Like, oh, it really handles, but let me see how it does off-road. And they'll pull off in, like, this little, like, what is this, 25, 35 feet of dirt? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna tell you shit. You're still in road mode, dumb. Or you're in dirt, and you just put it into enduro mode. Yay! And you got 15 more feet to review that enduro mode. The world, man, it's crazy. Yeah, this tire is feeling a lot more tacky. Tacky is probably the wrong word. It's feeling a lot more grippy, less slippy. I know slippy is not a word. I want to live out here for sure. My wife does not want to live out here, by the way. I've fought that fight. I have to win the lottery in order for us to live out here, from what I understand. like, as I understand it. And even then, I think if we won the lottery, like, I would have a lot less say than I think I would. Even if I'm like, but damn it, I'm the one who went down and bought the lottery ticket, my wife would just look at me like, shut up. It's not gonna match the couch that I want to get. Or the it's not gonna match, I don't know. She grew up actually out in the Santa Cruz Mountains as a kid, over by Summit, which is off of 17. So it's at the southern, more of a southern section. We're more in the northern-ish section. Anyways, that was before the internet and all that stuff, and, like, you know, life, and so I don't know. I think it would be great to live out here, but in all honesty, I would probably, God, I went way off topic, guys. I apologize. I would probably take, you know, I want to be somewhere where, like, at nighttime, every night, when it's clear, of course, I want to be able to see the density of stars. I don't want city lights. I don't necessarily want a helicopter pad and all that stuff, even though that'd be kind of cool, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, right, okay. Anyways, this tire is feeling a little bit better. It does settle into the turns pretty nice. Really excited to go off-road with it on the road trip. Part of the idea for the road trip is to hit up a little dirt. I'm going to be meeting up with a friend of the channel. I'm not going to give any specifics right now. Kind of want it to be a surprise. And I want to spend a couple days down in that Southern California, you know, San Bernardino, Los Angeles. I'm trying to be vague but specific. But anyways, I do want to hit up, like, Big Bear maybe, or Sugar Pine, or, I mean, there's just a lot of dirt roads out there that I think will be fun. This tire is not so great for the sand, but it'll do well from what I understand. I think it was Kyle Bradshaw, when he works over at the Chaparral Motorsports down in San Bernardino area. If you watch, like, Baker X Derek, you'll be familiar with that. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, anyways, but yeah, he did a test drive. That Kyle guy did a test drive on sand and, you know, mud and all that crap, and he gave this tire a very positive review, and he's not the only one. So that was my big push to get this tire. He must have had the tire either broken in already. I didn't pay enough attention to the video, but I have a sensation that, like, I mean, I think I've put in like 30 or so miles on this tire so far. Let's check, because it's important. That's 319 miles till empty. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, this is where I remember how short I am. Oh, bother. Let's see. I got 8,241. I think I was 8,210 miles when I started this shenanigan. So, or when I got the tires. Yeah, so I mean, 30 miles and they're starting to feel pretty good. I guess that's not bad. I want to say it was about 30 or so miles for my last set on the Beamer on the Harley. The new tire, when I got this bike, I don't remember feeling too much of a sense of squirrely. I remember feeling like I was a short ass dude on a big ass bike. But what's up, brother? But yeah. What am I trying to say? I don't remember feeling like my tires were squirrely, but they were, like I said before, they had a very flat profile. The front was almost like, I don't want to say it was like trapezoidal, but it was like, I don't know, it was like a flat top pyramid rounded flat top pyramid. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyways, I just don't remember that tire being, I don't think it was that good of a tire. I think personally, for at least riding on the road, I prefer a rounded tire, and that's what I was most excited about with this 50/50 tire. And like, I think, like, there's one of the options that I would have possibly gone with, except for its really poor wet conditions handling and like sand handling, anything with like a slippery surface was just really shite for the dead squirrel was the Heidenau K60 Scout, which you can do, like, I mean, I have heard reports of people going like 26,000 miles on those tires. They are a no-brainer for like a really solid, good 50/50 tire for somebody who does a lot of slab, whether they're commuting like myself every single day or they're just like traveling around the world. This is a pretty solid tire that is kind of a no fuss. Oh yeah, feeling a little bit better, feeling a lot better, me gusta, I like it a lot. I wish I could take it a little bit faster, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really good to like just accept the fact that like cars are in front of you and they're gonna slow you down while you're breaking in a new tire, and that's okay. You don't have to be your normal asshole douchey self like I am every single day, where you then would just pass these fools. Like right here would be the perfect spot, but I'm not gonna do that. And everybody behind me is like, wow, he's one of those motorcycles. That's so nice, so nice. He must be an accountant. I'm sure they don't talk like that. That's all right. Anyways, wow. You guys done with me yet? I mean, shit. Surely, let's say like 300 people watch this video, right, over the course of like the next 3 months. I don't get the traction like I used to, right? I'm breaking in the YouTube channel, and that's just how it is. Like, I've got to break it in. It's going to take some time for people to A, remember who the hell I was. B, they're not watching YouTube. They're not like, oh, I know Triple X Dad has posted a video. Like, I had people. Like, I'm being honest. I had like one person, maybe 5 or 20. I don't know, but like I did definitely have at least one person that counted on my videos, and they had an expectation of how often I posted, which was almost at least once a week, if not more, for a long time. And I walked away from you guys, so like there's no expectation. Like I hope that I can earn back just like even 10% of the amazing subscribers that I had prior to me leaving. I wish I could get all 100% of them back, because truly, like, I think, let's wax philosophical on this. I truly think that especially for the viewer, you truly get to understand the motovlogger. Like, you get to know their personality. You get to know a bit more of the madness in their head. Again, yes, there is that showmanship-ish type thing, whether they're taking it highly serious. And today we're going to talk about that, like, where you get to see like their really chaotic, dorky side. They might be fully acting, but and there are actors out there, and like, when it's all said and done, I think, as an introvert and an extrovert, and I just waved at a Ferrari. It's not even a motorcycle. I don't even know why I waved at a Ferrari, but it's a nice one, but it's not like that nice to have to wave at it. But anyways, off topic. But yeah, you get to know the motovlogger, but trust me, as a, let's see how it does when I stand. As a motovlogger, you get to know your audience too. Like, even though it's through text, you almost like develop like an inner voice that does all the speaking for them. And it's just truly awesome. Like, I really, really, like, I think I might have gotten a little lost in my own head at times, and I think most YouTubers do. Like, I think that I thought I was better than what I was maybe being perceived as a whole, like, against other motovloggers. I definitely know that I compared myself to, like, I was like, I can wax philosophical so simple and like so easy, and like blah 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 blah, like in the middle of twisty turns and blah 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 blah. But like this guy, like, he's like just driving straight and like really not talking about shit, and people love him. But charisma is huge, guys, and like I'm not gonna say I don't have charisma. That's a weird statement, but I just don't have it in spades. This is where I grew up, La Honda, California. I've shown you guys this before, but some of you might be new at this point. My stepdad worked at the La Honda Fire Department there. He was a volunteer fireman. this was like our little general store where we could pick up some crap, and you still can, but it's a lot more like gimmicky now. Really delicious sandwiches there. This place kind of, it's all right. It's meh. Good beer. It's really just a bar, a very basic bar, but like a biker bar for sure. And I don't think this place existed, but it might have. It might have just been other little, might be all spruced up. I don't know. I don't quite remember exactly where I lived out here, but let's see if we can kind of figure it out. I do need to get back home at some point. My wife and I do run a care home where we take care of adults with developmental disabilities. Again, in case you're new here, and you made it this far, I might as well just give you the lane. Hey, memory lane. We should go down memory lane someday, but I'll probably forget. But yeah, I have to mention that just because it gives you some context to my life. But I feed 11 people every single night. Not just me, my wife too. But between the two of us, we're, typically on the weekends I cook. And tonight's spaghetti, and my wife cooks good spaghetti, so I'm not saying that she doesn't. But I like my spaghetti a lot, so I kind of want to get home and make spaghetti. And anyways, this is where I almost killed myself on a Yamaha R1000 or I can't remember what it was now. It was chain link spike at the time. I think it was an R1, and I think right about here I was going 109, and I was just hauling ass. And I remember that seat being like freaking plywood. Anyways, I digress. But I had to take a right turn somewhere up here, and anyways, I had to take a right turn. You'll see up here, and I slammed on the brake, the rear brake. I barely tapped it, but I say slammed on it. I don't know where I lived. I don't think I lived up there. That's a boys' camp. That's weird. I want to say I lived off one of these right-hand paths. It might have been that one, but I have no idea. This is a long time ago. That was 30-something years ago. So, but 400 acres. Loved it. What was I talking about? Damn it. Something about working in a care home, getting home. Oh yeah, this is the turn. Yeah, this is the turn. We're not going to take this turn though. This will take me out towards the coast. We're just going to continue going straight for a little while. Oh God. Just make sure that nobody kills me first and foremost. Narrow road, next 4 miles. All right, well, it is what it is. Oh God. Hopefully I don't have to do any hardcore braking. I've been down this road though before. I just don't fully remember it. But hell yeah. When you look at this, one of my favorite things, redwoods. I might have lived up here. I have no idea. I just remember as a kid, a really long drive every day from where I went to elementary in Palo Alto. And I just remember like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? A lot of that crap. And then we'd get up into this stuff and I would like shut up real quick. And I don't remember such a steep driveway. I'm not really looking for the place. I've been up here numerous times and have looked, and I think if I ever do come across it, it'll just be random AF. But oh God, I would love to live up here though. Still. Yeah. Hey, some off-road. I probably should let you guys go here, at some point. I mean, look at how well it handles the off-road elements, guys. Let's take another look at these tires. Real quick, like, oh. Ugh. So I have to like crawl up this bike. I am a short ass dude. God gave me like the opposite of tarantula, what's the dinosaur? T-Rex. Like, right, with I've got, my arms are ample size, but my legs are just short little stubby things. So I did pick up this alt-rider. I just got this, just put it on this morning. So this is one of the first, I mean, it's not the first time I've used it today, obviously, but anyways, I'm gonna shut up. These are the tires. They are dusty. I have some work to do on them still, right? I have to kind of rough up these edges. Again, I could do a little sandpaper love, but that seems stupid. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I should have taken pictures of the weights, just in the event that like some of them pop off, that I know exactly, you know, how much more to put on. But I didn't do that. And you know, it is what it is. I'll just deal with it, and I can balance them on my own if I need to. Or I work in a shop, so I've got technicians I can lean on for any support on that side if I really wanted to. The bike, I love it. The tires, I'm starting to love them. The hard cases, whew, I love them. The GoPro, starting to love it. The GoPro Hero 8 Black. What else? Yeah, I don't. That's pretty much all I got. That's all I got. This is a beautiful area. I'm excited, guys. I really do feel like I should be able to get my YouTube channel up and running, especially if this audio test works. And I'm excited about going on this road trip. And I will say that, you know, my father-in-law recently was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer of the throat. And there's a good chance that my wife and I are going to have to throw thousands to support, like good kids do. Like good people do, like good humans do. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So I don't know what the reality is of, you know, I can't predict the future. I went to school for, you know, a little over 4 years to study study probability mathematically, and I can just assure you I can't predict it. But the idea is to go ride some dirt, meet up with friends, high fives, hugs, fist bumps, steak, barbecue, burgers, fries, KOAs, hotels, whatever. Gas station, lots of gas stations. I'm hoping for it, really am. Especially on this bike. It was Yellowstone that made me go, shit, I really need to think about the next bike. And it was the road trip that I have yet to ever post anything about, where my Harley broke down, that convinced me that I needed to go this route, specifically even with BMW. Love this bike. This bike is, I mean, it's worth all the pennies and shit. It took a lot of pennies. These things are like, it's nearly $30,000 to get one of these damn things, right? Stupid. You know, with sales tax and all that crap, but the reality is that, you know, I commute every single day. In the rain, doesn't matter how close to freezing it is. Doesn't matter how crappy the traffic is, or how much, you know, how often I come close to getting into an accident. I still have to count on this bike. It's my only mode of transportation for the most part. And God, I probably should actually try cleaning it one of these days. But I count on it so much that it was very important to me to get the right machine moving forward. So that's what I did. Just trying to make sure everything's good. Anyways, guys, I don't know how to say goodbye, so it's been a while. Thank you for those of you that have made it any length of distance through this video, but especially to those that got to hear me say thank you right there. Truly means a lot to me, and super, super duper excited about going forward with the YouTube channel. That's my expectation, and I hope reality matches up. So, breaking in new tires, breaking in the YouTube channel, taking them for a nice long ride, and just getting familiar with it again, right? Start all over, and we'll get something going. Whether if this road trip falls flat on its face, we'll get something going for sure. Not a doubt in my mind. And not a doubt in my mind that I won't come back to filming in some form, worst case scenario, you know. But I have every feeling, or my expectation, like I said, is to start back up. Road trip 2020. Super excited. I hope you guys have all been well. We are definitely in some strange times. And I hope you're able to go out and find a little piece of heaven like what I have here. And due diligence, as we just talked about, I've only done maybe 35-ish miles on these new tires, which means I've got about 35 miles to get back home. So that's 70. I highly recommend you at least hit 100, right? The more miles you put on it, the more it's going to be broken in. But in all honesty, the way I look at it is the first 200 or 300 miles, which means basically the first, maybe one more time on twisty roads for me. I commute every day, and I barely get out and ride on the weekends anymore, unfortunately. I'm going to try to change that because I still love riding every day. It's just when you commute, yeah, we'll talk about it another day, right? There's always more time. There's always more videos. There's always more minutes. At least we hope. So anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Hope I'm still recording. And, hope the audio works. And you guys take it easy. Thanks for watching.